Hey guys, welcome back. Your routine is one of the most important things that you can establish. Even if you're not a very schedule oriented person or calendar oriented person, you can still develop a routine that will be suitable for you. Your routine can be the most important part of your day. It can be it can be the start of a great month, a great year, depending on when you initiate, what you initiate, things like that. An important thing to being successful overall is a routine. Now, it might be a static routine where, you don't exactly get up at the same time every day, but it's within that same like 15 minutes to half hour around that time. You go to bed about the same time, like that type of thing. It doesn't always have to be like a solid set time for everything because that's not life, right? That's not life a lot of the times, especially when you have kids involved or work or anything else that you have going on. And sometimes you need a little bit of flexibility, which you can also fit that into your routine. With having kids, you have to be very fluid. I've become kind of very uh just go with the flow and, do business stuff and rotate my schedule around nap times that I know will happen. And, I have situations that accommodate for when my kids don't take a nap or if they wake up earlier than I expect or whatever. But it's about getting control over what you can control and doing so productively and reserving your energy for those things that are really important. That's the key to establishing your routine. It saves your energy for the important stuff. Starting with your morning routine, that's usually the one that people focus on the most because they see it as getting your day together, getting, the start of your day kicked off properly. And yes, that's true. But it isn't always the only one that matters. Sometimes your midday routine matters, right? So if you have a set lunchtime, you want to really try to focus on taking that time to eat and enjoy or to relax, to listen to music. Sometimes you want to get away from everybody else in your environment. Sometimes you want to just hang out with the people in your environment. It really depends on the type of person that you are, obviously. But your midday routine rotates around that, and not many people consider what you can do during that time. I know a few people that have taken walks, and instead of eating in their office or staying in the same building, they'll go out to a park or they'll sit in their car even just for a couple of minutes to get their own peace of mind away from everything that's going on at the time. And I think that's good because that's really, when you think about it, you have your lunch and then you're going to go back to work and you're going to put your energy into this. Whether you love your job or not makes a huge difference about how much your energy levels and your productivity and things like that. But also what matters is how you reserve your energy and allow yourself to recharge in the middle of the day. Maybe for some, it's a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. For some, it's just, you don't eat lunch. You just sit and listen to music and enjoy, and just let your mind wander for a little while. Some go to the extremes. Some it's meditation, some it's working out, things like that. But do something that works for you, especially because that can help rejuvenate you and avoid the 2 o'clock lull or the mid afternoon to evening lull where you start to get a little sleepy and then you drive home and you're nodding off and all this other stuff. No good, guys, no good. So reserve your energy again for things that need your energy. For the afternoon, for the evening, you can do little things to switch around your schedule, or to just include more activity, or you can kind of plan out like, okay, at 10 a.m. or 3 p.m., I know I get a little bit hungry. So instead of waiting until I leave, I'm going to bring like an apple with me or something, try to make it as healthy as you can. Obviously, if you're diehard craving something, I don't ever suggest that you ignore that craving. that's a different episode of what to do with that situation. Or if you're listening to this, you can get in touch with me and we'll kind of dissect that and see where it goes. But you want to satiate that need for a little something, and most of the time it has to do with your blood sugar, because you just ate and then you're coming down off of like a blood sugar spike from the food that you had. So now you need something to kind of balance you out before it bottoms out, or integrate that into your lunchtime. That you could do that too. But one of the biggest things that you can do to avoid those afternoon lulls or even those morning lulls are, if you're sitting down most of the day, stand up, or get your feet moving. Some people can do under the desk leg lifts, whether it's with weight or without weight, just focusing on the core. Some people can get up and move around in their cubicles. Some people can, are have standing desks so that they can throw off that routine of just sitting and slouching all day and, things like that. So that's important to do because it gets your blood moving, it gets your body moving, and it gives your mind a little 5-second break. That's one thing that I also recommend that you work in your routine throughout the day, is at least little 5-minute increments that you can step away from your work or your desk or whatever, or just close your eyes and think some music to yourself, or think, let your mind wander. Even if you're at your desk, if you can't get away, if you're in like more of a corporate job or whatever, throw some headphones on for 5 minutes, something to make the 5 minutes not tedious and more joyous. For dinner time or evening time or whatever your family does at that point in time, this can oftentimes seem like the most relaxing point of your day, but it's actually the most stressful. Why? Because if you're at a job, whether you love the job or not, you're already tired coming home. You've already been somewhere else dealing with all these other things throughout the day this whole time. You come home, now dinner needs to get ready, homework needs to get done, your schoolwork needs to get done, business stuff needs to get done, whatever needs to get done has to get done, cleaning, cooking, all this other stuff, baths and showers and whatever. So what you can do to alleviate this a little bit is to come up with themes for your day. One thing would be like, okay, you have dinner around Taco Tuesday, let's say, the easiest, most universal name for Tuesday that we know of. In my family in particular, we came up with like Meat Mondays, and it's just a thing to like, okay, we'll have whatever we have some type of different meat with it, like meatballs or, chicken something, whatever, and we be creative with it. Taco Tuesdays, we call it Waffle Wednesdays, where we really have like breakfast stuff for dinner. Thursdays we used to call Thirsty Thursdays during COVID, and it's the idea focused on something that would be paired well with an alcoholic drink. And it doesn't have to be that. It could literally be, you make something with more fruit or more like water-based vegetables, for example. Just not things that you guys have to do, and Fridays would be fun Fridays where we have pizza or whatever. Saturdays are sassy Saturdays, where we kind of use whatever we have left over and we create something with it. We create something new, something spicy, something we would never try before. And Sundays is just more of just sum it up Sundays, just a calm day, maybe leftovers, maybe this or that, just something easy, not going to kill everybody in making it and things like that. You don't have to go by the same ideas, but create a theme like that for yourself. And where you go from there is, so Taco Tuesdays, for example, there's all sorts of free resources online where you can find coloring books, and you can find reading like short stories and things like that, or make your own if you have that amount of time. I don't. So what you can do is just download these, print out a bunch, like at the beginning of the month or something like that. And while you're cooking dinner, have your kids color pictures of like taco or things related to Taco Tuesday. How do you make it? What goes in it? What vegetables can you have with it? Stuff like that. You can make these activities pretty simply and easily. Or include them in the cooking process. Sometimes that alleviates more of the pain of having kids running around and doing all this stuff if you just get them involved. And I use that opportunity to talk to my kids about what I'm cooking, what I'm making, and ask for their help with things. And it becomes fun, and they're very proud of it. Look, I made this and everybody eats it and they like it. So those are some other things besides your morning routine. But going back to my point at the beginning of the show, Dr. Oz was a speaker for IIN, the school that I attended, and he said that he actually goes out of his way to make the mornings as easy as possible. So his mentality behind it is that you have a certain amount of chi in your energy. And so what he does is he tries to reserve his chi for really important decisions. His example was, if I have a surgery scheduled for late in the morning or for any point in time, why am I going to use up energy on what to choose for breakfast when I can just have it preset from the night before? I'm well rested. I don't have to think about what I'm eating. I just eat it and I go. And by the time I get to surgery, my mind is fresh. I haven't used any of my extra energy on things that I don't need to. So I have a bunch of extra energy and motivation to go into this. And it usually ends up being better. He's usually more focused. He's usually more fine-tuned into what he's doing. I thought that was a pretty interesting thing, because how much time do we stumble down to the refrigerator in the morning and have to pick something to do, or oh, what do I make for the kids this morning? What do I make for myself? Even if you don't eat breakfast, if you wake up, should I hit the snooze another time? Make these decisions the night before. Then I'm not talking about when you're supposed to be going to bed. I'm talking about after your dinner, after the kids are settled, put a movie on, put them to bed, and then immediately set up your stuff for the morning and watch your life really change. It'll become so much easier. You'll have so much energy to last throughout the day. You'll have more endurance. Your kids will have more fun. It'll be a great time for everybody. And the biggest thing that you save is your energy and your sanity on more important things that you need to reserve it for. I know I've said that about 1 billion times this episode, but that's so important. We oftentimes burn all this energy on work and deadlines and things that we feel that we have to put this energy towards. And yes, they're important, but are they more important than your kids or your family or your own time when you're at home? That's up to you to decide. If you need any more help on your routines or coming up with menu plans maybe for the week, or nutrition plans, fitness ideas to get a little bit of workout in, hit me up. My links are all in the show notes. You can get in touch with me regardless of what you see on my website. You can always contact me, and we'll work something out to get a program together for you to help you achieve your perfect life balance. Have a good day.